Ask one model a hard question and you get one answer, take it or leave it. If it happens to be wrong, nothing in the process catches the mistake. Back in 2023, researchers at MIT and Google tried a fundamentally different approach. Instead of trusting a single response from a single model, they spun up several model instances and had them argue it out. It's called multi-agent debate, and across math and reasoning benchmarks it makes models measurably more accurate. Here's how the argument actually plays out. So walk through the process one round at a time because the magic is in the loop. First, several agents each answer the question on their own. These are usually copies of the same model, but each one responds independently, so you start with a spread of separate attempts rather than a single opinion. Some may land on the right answer, some may not, and that variety is the raw material debate works with. Then every agent reads what the others came up with. It sees their answers and, crucially, their reasoning. Now it isn't reasoning in a vacuum anymore. It's confronted with rival lines of thought that might disagree with its own, and that exposure is what pushes it to reconsider instead of doubling down. Next, each agent critiques those other responses and revises its own. Weak reasoning gets challenged, a shaky number gets questioned, and an agent that was wrong often corrects itself once it sees a better argument on the table. Nobody is forced to change, but a stronger case tends to win. And you repeat that for a few rounds. Round after round, the agents tend to converge on a shared answer, and that consensus is usually more accurate than any single first response was on its own. Now, to see why this helps, put the two approaches side by side. The default is one model, one answer. Whatever it says stands, and if a step in its reasoning is off, there's nobody in the room to push back. Errors just sail through unchallenged, and you have no idea which parts to trust. Debate turns that into a group deliberating. Several agents propose, critique, and refine together, and disagreement suddenly becomes useful because it surfaces the mistakes. It echoes how people reason in a good argument. Someone's wrong step gets caught, questioned, and fixed, and the group ends up more reliable than any one voice. Alright, 3 ideas capture what makes this method work. Several agents answer, then critique. You don't rely on one response. Multiple instances each take a swing, then turn around and evaluate each other's reasoning, so mistakes have a real chance of being spotted before they harden into the final answer. Convergence over rounds. Because each agent updates after seeing the others, the group steadily drifts toward a consensus across a few rounds. Hallucinations get challenged rather than repeated, and accuracy on math and reasoning benchmarks climbs above what any single first answer delivered. More accurate, but more compute. There's no free lunch here. Running several agents across several rounds means many more model calls than a single query, so you're trading extra inference cost for that boost in reliability. Whether it's worth it depends on how much a correct answer matters. Okay, let's lock in the essentials worth keeping. This method, from MIT and Google in 2023, improves accuracy by having several model instances argue it out together. Each agent answers independently, reads the others, then critiques and revises its own response over a few rounds. The agents converge on a consensus that's usually more accurate than any single first answer, cutting hallucinations. The catch is compute. More agents times more rounds means a bigger bill for the gain. If breaking down agent techniques like this is your thing, Standarity.com has plenty more waiting. Catch you there.